The ghost fields, memories that will forever haunt me. The night owl's last stand. For centuries, the night owls had watched over the land. I would have proudly given my life to protect our land, but my fate turned out quite different from what I had imagined. To this day, I carry the burden of what happened. My former pupil was only a baby when I found her, another orphan of war. I took her under my wing and taught her everything I knew. Her name was Revoria. She became a fearsome fighter. No one could match her skills. Revoria always prided herself on the fact that her traps could be disarmed by no one else. She designed each and every one lying around here. Despite her feats, she wasn't much liked within the Order. She was perceived as an outsider. She was never one of us. On that day, the day of the last stand, she saved Numbra, but doomed us all at the same time. Eager to finally prove her worth, Revoria elaborated a plan of her own. She leaked our meeting point to the enemy and left her post during the night. With most of the swarm coming our way, Revoria intended to infiltrate the Black Queen's lair, to take her down, and finally put an end to this bloodshed. We were caught completely off guard. I can still hear the loud buzzing coming from the east. It was a massacre. My comrades fell one after the other. So outnumbered were we by the swarm. When I had lost all hope, an agonizing screech pierced the sky. A scream carried on the Black Queen's last breath. Revoria had sneaked up on her and delivered a fatal blow while her army was busy slaughtering us. When the Queen perished, the swarm turned into mindless beasts. The vile insects immediately fled back to their lair. I knew Revoria had something to do with this, so I followed them to see for myself. When I arrived, the swarm, in its frenzied state, had destroyed itself. And Revoria, well, she had paid the price with her life. I carried her back to the Order. I couldn't leave her in a place like that. When I came back, I was greeted with scorn and disdain. The Order branded Revoria a traitor and an enemy. How could Revoria decide to throw away so many lives by revealing our location to the enemy, they asked. I had no answer. I was overwhelmed by grief and shame. I exiled myself to a life of solitude. Rumors were that the Order, or what was left of it, disbanded not long after that. I haven't heard from any member of the Order since that day. I am the last Night Owl, a title that will mock me until my death. And so, here I am, old and feeble, stuck with you on this dangerous adventure. I knew our journey to Sylvian would be a perilous undertaking, as if the countless dangers of the Viperous Forest weren't trouble enough. We also had to face Revoria's old traps hidden in the wild. It might have been my destiny all along to come back here and face her one last time. Careful! Revoria's creations are hidden everywhere around us. She was as stubborn as she was clever, that one. You remind me of her in many ways. When I first met you, I thought you were nothing more than a mindless fool. But somehow, you always managed to pull through. I may never forgive myself for what happened to Ravoria. But know one thing, boy. I will not let you down. I can't believe this. Ravoria. They built a shrine in your honor. I can finally be at peace now that her legacy is saved. After so many years, I felt as if a huge weight had been taken off my shoulders, knowing that my owl brothers, in the end, had understood that Ravoria had made all those sacrifices to protect Numbra put my mind at rest. The mistakes of my past would no longer plague me. Thankfully, the boy and I were unharmed by Ravoria's forgotten traps. The road to Sylvian was still long and treacherous, but at long last, we saw the light at the end of the tunnel. The Vipera's Forest, home of the wild Eternium crystals? This close to Sylvian? This is a bad omen. On a brighter note, Luxana might be in the capital, protecting the Kamloops as we speak. These are Shin's twin blades. How did they even get here? Oh boy, not again. Can we resume our journey now? In case you forgot, we have a job to finish. Look ahead. See these runes? They indicate the way to Sylveon. We should arrive shortly. After a long trip, it was a relief to finally see the Kamloops runes. I could barely keep up with the boy as he dashed through the woods. I knew what was on his mind: the safety of his people and of his dearest friend, Luxana. At long last, Sylveon, the majestic capital of the... That was quite a journey, wasn't it? I was almost starting to like you. The treetop capital is protected by a barrier of nets and traps. To reach it, we will need to undergo the 5 trials. Your people have this unpleasant habit of making everything so complicated. This one looks like a riddle. Not your forte, I presume.